In this video, we'll add some stuff to our faceplane portrait from example 3, and it's stuff that we need to do our analysis. First of all, let's add axes. Actually, before I do that, Wolfram Alpha labeled the axes X and Y, and that's misleading because we're going to be calling ours X1 and X2. So I want to get rid of this X and Y. And by the way, everything I'm going to do in this video would be much easier for me to do on paper. If you want to do this stuff on paper, print out your faceplane portrait and do it on paper, that's just fine. However, I have to do this on the computer in order to get it into the notes. So in case you would prefer to do it that way too, I'm going to show you how I do this. So to get rid of that X and Y label, I'm going to go up to my Insert menu. I'm going to insert a shape. It's going to be a rectangle. So I'll just draw a rectangle around the Y. And now I would like that to be filled in with white so it doesn't show. And I don't really want it to have an outline. So I'm going to select no outline from the outline area. Okay, so my Y has disappeared. Now I'm going to copy that. So I'm going to do a Command C, or it might be Control C depending on what kind of machine you have. And I'm going to paste that right on top of my X. Now what I've found is that even when I try to paste something somewhere, it doesn't go where it's supposed to. So I'm just going to drag it down until it covers the X. Okay, good. No more misleading labels. Now I need to add the axes. So I'm going to go to my Insert menu again. I'm going to insert a shape again. This time the shape will be just a line. And I'm just going to draw that anywhere because it won't go where I want it anyway, so I'm just going to stick it there for now. I would like it to be black, so I'm going to change the color up here. And I think I'd like it a little darker, so I'm going to go to the line formatting or shape outline formatting here. I'm going to go down to weight, and let's make it 1 point, so a little bit thicker. Now you can move this around by dragging it. You can drag the ends, or you can drag the whole thing. I'm going to need to drag the ends to get this to be vertical, and I want it to go through the 0 on the X scale. Now it's a little too far to the right, and I could drag it over to the left, but you get better control. You can be more precise if you use the arrow keys on your keyboard. So I'm just using my arrow keys to get it to be exactly where I want it to be. Now I'm going to go ahead and copy that since I've already got it formatted. So I did a Command C or Control C, and then I'll just paste it in. This one we want to be horizontal, so I'll drag the ends to make it horizontal. Little tip here, if you want a horizontal line, you're looking for a line with height 0, meaning it's not going up and down at all. Let's move that down. I'm just using my arrow keys here. And that's where it goes. Okay. Oh, labels. I need to label these. So I'm going to go to my Insert menu again, and I'm going to choose Text Box. And I'm going to choose Draw Text Box. Then I just make a little rectangle, and in it I'm going to put X, and then I need a subscript 1, so I'm going to go back to my home menu. I'm going to choose the subscript option and put a 1 in, And it capitalized my x automatically. I don't want that, so let's undo that. Okay. I also do not want a line around this box, so I'm going to go to my Shape Format menu. And then we have the Shape Outline Formatter. I'm going to select No Outline. Okay, good. The outline is gone. I'll Command-C or Control-C that to copy it. And I'll paste it somewhere, wherever it goes. And I'll move it to where I want it. And all I need to do is change the subscript to a 2. Capitalized it again. Remember, math is case sensitive. Okay, now we need our nullclines. So for our x1 nullcline, I'm looking for where the x1 derivative is equal to 0. And if I solve that for x2, I will get I will get x2 equals minus 2/3 x1. And then for the x2 nullcline, that's where the dx2 derivative is equal to 0. So we have x1 minus x2 equals 0, and solving that for x2 gives us x2 equals x1. This video is getting kind of long, so in the next video, I'll show you how I put in those nullclines into the graph. And we'll talk about how the nullclines relate to the shapes of the solution curves. See you then.